Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about 10 ways to spring clean your life, because I know in January we get all optimistic, or some of us do. We set our little New Year's goals, and then sometimes spring rolls around and we realize either we've fallen off, or maybe some of them we haven't even started in the first place. And sometimes that can be really discouraging, because we're whoa, I told myself I was going to do this, and a whole season passed and I haven't started. But spring is a great time to reset and really recommit to those things that we want in life. So I just came up with a list of 10 different tips to kind of reset your brain for the spring. The first tip may seem pretty basic, but really it's just get started, because sometimes that's literally the hardest part. Isaac Newton's first law states, "Every object will remain at rest unless compelled to change its state by the action of external force. This tendency to resist change in a state of motion is inertia." So find what compels you, or if you don't know yet, just will yourself to make the smallest effort of taking the first step forward, and the rest will fall into place. So the second tip I have is to make your bed. And I don't mean to sound like a mom, but I promise there's a point to this. I read a whole book about this one, but really Admiral William H. McRaven, retired U.S. Navy SEAL of 37 years, had a point. Not only can this be your first movement, a catalyst to a day of intention and discipline, but when you come to lie down at the end of the day, no matter what happened in between the moment you made it, when you woke up that morning, and the moment you crawl between the sheets, you may rest with the satisfaction that you at least completed one task successfully that day. The third tip is to exercise intentionality in what you think about. Make space for prayer. Even if you have to set a timer for 20 minutes when you get up or make your bed, hold yourself accountable to a consistent routine. Make room for silence in your mind and heart. You will be amazed at the things you start to notice and appreciate, and the pieces of your heart that start to heal that you've been avoiding. Gratitude journaling is another way to flip your perspective and practice being intentional with your thoughts. Taking time each day to appreciate 5 things we are grateful for can radically improve our happiness. I believe joy is defined as recognizing and appreciating the beauty around us. There's so many things that fail to make us happy because we fail to stop and appreciate them. Slow down and be in awe of the world around you. Fill your body with things that are good for it. Drink enough water. Our bodies are made of 55 to 60% water, depending if you're a male or female. Take your vitamins, eat nutrient-dense foods, vegetables, and fruits. A happy plate is a plate that looks like a rainbow, not covered in grease. Let's be for real. The 5th tip is to move your body. Whenever I'm doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels, I always get a motivational video with this phrase: "Movement produces feeling, not the other way around." Vigorous physical activities such as running, weight training, and calisthenics transform the mind. There's something magical that happens when that first foot hits the ground, even when you are tired, and even when you don't feel like it. Although our lungs, muscles, and bones may scream at us to stop after just a few minutes, there's a voice inside of us that says, "Are you really going to quit just because it's hard?" Over time, as we run and build physical endurance, this mental voice strengthens inside of us. It tells us we have one more lap inside of us, one more sprint, one more minute, one more mailbox, tree, or lamppost, one more rep, or 10 more pounds we can lift. It is the same voice that speaks up when life hurts, when things get hard, when we don't want to finish that homework assignment, or when we face rejection and are scared to get attached to others again. So step outside and get your body moving, and the mind will follow. Your next tip is to feed your mind. Besides practicing intentionality and mindfulness, we should also fill our minds with good things. Be curious about the world around you and soak up things that interest you. Have a to-be read list and a to-be watch list. Learn a language or a new song. Listen to a podcast about psychology or history. Read an article about how the human body works. Life is so rich, and in this modern age, there's so much knowledge right at our fingertips. Number 7, create. Something even if it isn't perfect. Make music. Make art. Write something even if it's embarrassing. Do makeup. Start a cringy YouTube channel and rack up those haters. Cook. Life is too short and we are too little to be worrying if every product we produce is our absolute best. The truth is, sometimes our best products are produced on the 40th try, but there couldn't be that 40th try if you didn't try the first 39 times before it. Find a rhythm. I know routine can seem boring, but I read this book called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna West. I know it's so underground. Her second essay talks about the psychology of daily routine. She states that letting yourself be jerked around by impulsiveness is a breeding ground for essentially everything you do not want. If we do not examine our lives, ask ourselves what we want from them, and set concrete, tangible goals to get there, we're left being pushed around by our desire for instant gratification without ever actually seeing our dreams come to fruition. The essay closes with a final powerful point. When we don't settle into routine, we teach ourselves that fear is an indicator we're doing the wrong thing, rather than just being very invested in the outcome. When we are not aware of it, our daily actions do not align with the type of person we want to be in life, or the life we want to live. And we are left subject not only to our impulsive decisions, which can hurt us and cause us to be broke or not take care of ourselves, but we also see fear as a stop sign instead of a hurdle waiting to be conquered. Consistency of habit builds perseverance, and perseverance builds strength. Just be. Watch movies, watch a sunrise, take a dance class, do things just to enjoy being alive. Life isn't all about productivity or work. We can find enjoyment in those things too, but the healthiest person can experience equal satisfaction both in the grind and in rest. This is something I'm still learning, but next time you feel antsy about all the work you have to do when you're out to lunch with a friend or playing a game with a family member, remember that God will provide you enough time to get everything done so long as you're a good steward of His time. So rest and play. It is these moments that make up the beauty of life, not the grade on your psychology exam or the amount of hours worked on your pay stub for that week. My final tip is to rise and rise again. We're so quick to give up. You'll have your bad days. Days where you skip out on your commitments, mornings wasted in bed on YouTube, weeks where you get overwhelmed with the bustle of life and you don't work out or you eat junk food the entire week. I've been there. You will have goals that you set in January that you get to the end of March and you still haven't even started them. Failure is a part of the process, and it's overcoming and showing up again and again that is the true definition of excellence, not doing things that come to us with ease. So when you fall flat on your face, pick yourself back up, because each stumble is still a step closer to your dream. I hope that you found some of these useful. Me personally, I've been learning these over and over throughout my life, and I'm still learning them. That's why I wanted to close with the try again type of thing, because we're not always going to be perfect, and sometimes you got to live a little. You gotta have fun, okay? Y'all, that's all the tips that I have for today. Literally sitting in my driveway filming this, but let me know if any of these tips you found useful, because I really am trying to start YouTube for real. And I'm trying to take my own advice and not give up and start a goal that I set for myself in January that I definitely did not do. So, please subscribe.